Is it okay to start knocking or farming?
This is your first day in real estate, and I am your real estate sales trainer and coach, James Festini, and this is the program that's going to teach you how to sell more real estate in less time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you very much for taking a moment of your day. I'll make this quick and effective for you. Today, I'm going to go over a very common question I keep getting because I wrote the book on door knocking, and everybody keeps asking me, am I door knocking? Am I farming? But first, I want to do some housekeeping. Please, there's a subscribe button at the bottom of this video. If you're finding it on other platforms, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I need subscribers. I know a lot of people watch, but they don't subscribe. I will do my best to create this content regularly, but I need to know that people are waiting for it. And the only way I know is that you subscribe. So come on, guys, gals. Next thing, follow me on Instagram. I'm a prolific Instagram storyteller. Snapchat, I do a lot there. Wherever you find me, I'll probably be there. But please, YouTube, I've been working on my YouTube channel for so long. One more big announcement on that YouTube channel, the Festini Mafia and my entire video library is, as we speak, in the background, being uploaded to YouTube. I'm pulling it all off of the platform I've been using, and it's all going to be in YouTube, which means by the end of this week, before the beginning of September 2020, you will be able to have a membership access to every video. I'm going to categorize them. I'm going to sort them. It's going to be an amazing platform. So everything you'll have is on YouTube. You don't have to log out of anything. You'll be right in there as a member platform. It's going to be amazing. Again, I'm excited about it. So by September 1st, if you see a little subscribe button, that's fine. If you see a membership button, that's where you can be a member, and there's going to be perks and all sorts of really cool stuff. So that's how you can help me grow. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the important stuff. Farming. Farming is the distribution of your material at the doorstep and you run away, right? You go to a door, you leave something at the door, and you run. If you see someone at the doorstep, you skip that door because you're too scared to talk to them, right? That would be called door knocking, or at least soliciting, right? But when you're passively soliciting, leaving something, that's called farming. Very important stuff. Are we door knocking? Am I door knocking? The answer is no. There are people that I'm seeing, not necessarily in real estate, but in other industries that are actually door knocking. So I am farming. I have 250 doors. I have a total of 1,000 doors that I do this with every Sunday. I do 250, 250, 250, so that every month they're still getting my marketing propaganda. Okay, market is hot. Here's what's recently sold in the neighborhood. Find out what your home is worth. Call me for a free CMA. All the typical cliche stuff that you can buy. But that's not knocking on their door and saying, hi, my name is Agent with Company, and I was wondering if you had any interest in selling your house. I'm not personally knocking. Now, here's my reason behind it. I have established myself as a recognized brand in the neighborhood. And although it's probably a really bad excuse, it's good enough for me. And I am doing a lot of calls, so that's also, my excuse is easy to buy. But what I'm doing is I am calling a lot. I'm not knocking on doors. My interpretation of the current state of California rules are, I don't think there's any problem with you going up to a door, touching the doorbell, and stepping back, wearing a mask, and saying, hi, my name is Agent with Company. Now, that's why I won't do it. I am not wearing a mask to go door knocking. It's just not a thing. Going back to the being a public persona, an individual, a recognized person, right now we're in what's called, if you've heard of it, cancel culture, which anything that is not acceptable gets blasted onto the internet as if it's just like heresy, like complete, people are just shutting down things. Statues are being torn down, for some good reason. Some are like, oh, okay, whatever. But I don't want to be a pillar of the community that's going to be pulled down, at the end of the day with people on Nextdoor or local Facebook groups or anything like that. I don't know. It's stupid. It's a stupid excuse. Can you come up with a better excuse? Right now, I'm not door knocking. When will I personally, people say, when are you going to start door knocking? When do you want to feel like you're door knocking? I think I'm going to door knock when I see kids back in school. My kids start school like this Monday, and they're doing it from Zoom. Somewhere between when I see kids back in school and Costco and the local Stater Brothers markets don't make you wear a mask. When you aren't required to wear a mask, where it becomes optional, I think that's where I'm going to hit the streets. Unfortunately, my prediction is I don't see, man, I'm seeing Halloween's going to disappear. I'm seeing my birthday is going to be a total flop. Thanksgiving, who knows? I'll probably, I don't know, man. I don't know when it's going to be, but like my threshold used to be when I see Costco not wearing masks, then I'll do it. If I see kids back at school, then I can assume that the people who have children at school, they've eased up, right? Unless they're keeping the kids out of school. Who knows? When they open up the schools, are they going to say, I'm not sending my kids to school? So you're going to always have this, like, it's so divided right now, the opinions of individuals. And I'm just not comfortable tempting it. However, I'm 100% comfortable leaving my propaganda at 250 doorsteps every Sunday morning. Let me tell you something amazing about doing this. I've done this a couple of times. I say this to you, but am I doing it? No, man. Every Sunday morning to go walk 5 miles up and down. I'm riding bike and I'm doing my running, but I don't know. I'm not as consistent. So don't think I do this every time. But I did this last Sunday. And there was a couple of moments as I was walking up the door, setting it down, where it felt like door knocking, right? And for those of us who got the rush of feeling like we were doing something active instead of passively waiting, that we're physically delivering flyers. And if they have value, if these pieces of propaganda have value, then why wouldn't you distribute them? Now, if you are interested in finding these materials, these pieces that I use, that's going to be part of the perks in that membership platform. If you become a membership inside of YouTube and then you send me an email, hey James, do you have any templates? I'll give you access to my Dropbox or my Google Drive, where you'll see all my marketing material. That's kind of always been something with the Mafia membership, where once you're a member, I just give you access to my it's just a bunch of random PowerPoint presentations and PDFs that I've created for door knocking and cold calling scripts. Just like it's a massive hundreds and hundreds of pieces of material that I've always used. The market's hot, call me for what your house is worth. The 3-up marketing materials, the ones that you can do for a hole punch, the ones that you can do with a little bleed over that you can send it to a printing company like Zoo Printing or whatever you use. What I'm getting at is find the edges of your comfort zone and go do it. I wrote the book, Dynamic Door Knocking, and published it in February 1st, and it started like climbing. I was making a couple bucks. I wasn't gonna retire on it, but it was like, yes, the timing is right. Everything was perfect, and then this thing hit us in the face. Literally a mask on our face. And the worst book you could write, I wrote it, because you can't go, right? You can't go to the doors. But I find inspiring messages and images from these individuals when you do go to Instagram and you search door knocking adventures. There are people going out door to door. I haven't really dug in deep enough to find out, are these real estate agents? I haven't heard of real estate agents doing it. If you have a mask, obviously I have a mask that's branded with my Century 21 logo somewhere around here, but you go to the door, are you gonna like pull it down and 15 feet back, right? I always say the suggested like 5 to 7 feet back. That is socially distanced, but you touch their doorbell. Should you wear like a fake finger on there? You know what I mean? It's like, how aggro are people? I just picked up a listing, which I did a presentation on about a month ago, and I've been working on them for a while, but it was really the very first presentation that I went into the house and the mask stayed on. Right? Because in California, you're supposed to like go to the door, and when you get them in contract, these are my loose rules, so talk to your local laws and practice, find out what your broker says, do your own thing. But my impression is go up to the door with a mask and don't let the public see you not wearing a mask, because that's, get shunned. And there is rules about that. But again, it's when you have them under contract, you're supposed to have a mask. Right now, as this recording, we are required to have a hand sanitizing station, not gloves, but we're supposed to provide masks. So when I get this listing, which I just got it today, I'm gonna have to go to the house. I'm gonna have to lay out a little pile of masks and a hand sanitizing station. There's this little pictograph that shows here's how to wash your hands, here's how you wear a mask, social distance, all that stuff, right, that you see everywhere. I have to have this little COVID station at each listing. So as long as I go into the house, then I'm fine. So how is your threshold? What is your comfort level? I remember the last couple of doors, man, I got 3 really good leads right when it hit the fan, right? I remember it hitting the fan. Thanksgiving Day was the last, or St. Patty's Day was the last day I knocked on doors. Or the day before St. Patty's Day was a Tuesday. I knocked that Monday. I picked up 3 really good leads. It was raining. One of them was a little old lady who actually let me in. And then right when we shook hands and I was saying bye, she goes, are we supposed to be shaking hands? I'm like, I don't know. It was way before any of this. We didn't know. It was just this thing going on, right? It changed within 24 hours. It became a rule that we couldn't do these things. I mean, for a week or almost 2 weeks, we didn't know what we could do. All I know is that we were never stopped from telemarketing, and that's really what I've been doing the entire time. So don't for a second think that you can't prospect. Abso-freaking-lutely not. Now was the time, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I don't even know how long we've been doing this thing, but you should have doubled down on the mojo. You should have doubled down on your dialer and pick up the phone and don't stop calling until you get comfortable calling 200 contacts a day. You thought I was going to say until you're done? Hell no. Every day I wake up thinking I got to talk to 100 people. Every day I don't count my dials. I don't count the people who don't speak English. I don't count the people who say they're a renter, or my mommy's not home, or this is Subway sandwiches. We're getting wrong numbers. I'm talking about pitching to 100 individuals. That's my minimum goal. But I've been working out, trying to get my body back in shape. I let it go on COVID, so I've been kind of screwing around. I'm telling you, I screw around, man. It's hard to get our mindset in this. We've never had so much opportunity to go out and do things and have so much time and freedom to do this. And yet, we did just the opposite. We piled all this goop on our brain, and we probably put a bunch of goop in our stomachs. And we never let that goop out through our exercise and proper diet. And man, hit rock bottom physically. I'm past rock bottom. Now the only place to go is up. How can you tempt your threshold? I am not yet comfortable knocking on people's doors. I just don't feel like they're there yet, like we're there yet. And I'll be the first, trust me, I'll be the first one. I'll be going live. I'll be like, okay guys, you see this? No mask, ding dong. And I go live. I've got all these live videos. By the way, on the YouTube membership platform, you're gonna have access. Remember when I used to go live door knocking all the time, and I used to put my live broadcasting, I would broadcast live my cold calling? I never deleted those. So when you watched them live and like it was there, and I would go into these flow states and I would just give you gold nuggets of valued wisdom. And sometimes, most of the time, it was extremely boring because I'm working, I'm listening to podcasts. But there was many times where I would sit there and I would bust into some really good information. They're all there on that platform. It'll be a live archive of like hundreds, if not thousands. I haven't even gotten to like uploading, but most of them are sitting there because I never deleted them. They're just not public. You can't just go in there and be like, because it's boring, right? Most of it was like 99% of it, you were just looking up my nose or like watching the back of my head as I'm prospecting. There wasn't a whole lot. The point is, I want you to prospect. I want you to continue as if it never stopped. I was paralyzed for probably about a week, maybe a week and a half of this COVID situation. I was paralyzed. I was no longer prospecting. I was shut down from door knocking. I didn't know what to do. And then suddenly I realized, wait a second, the phones still work. I heard some rumors that in New York you weren't allowed to call, but I got a lot of New York people, one-on-ones, that were like, no, you take away my phones, you might as well just take my license. And if that's the case, I'm picking up the phone until you take my license. And they worked through it and they got listings. There's so much going on in the world right now that you should not be afraid of picking up the phone and talking to people. Like that should be your least of your fears. Your bigger fears will be, winter is coming. What's it gonna look like? Second wave? Foreclosure wave? Short sale? REOs? What are we then looking at? I didn't want to think about it. I get nauseous thinking about it. And when I feel that nausea, I pick up the phone and I work through that nausea. And when that nausea consumes me in my sleep, I try to sleep through it. And I wake up and I think, 7 a.m., I'm getting up on my bike, I'm getting on my run, I'm going in the swimming pool, I'm doing something. You've got to do something. Can you farm? Yes, that's my answer. Check your local laws and practices. I ask my broker, and there's gray area now. We can't put flyers in a box, right? But we can mail things in the mail. But the postman is this middleman between you leaving things at the door. So it's the postman's responsibility. So for me, it's like, man, I can't just sit here and twiddle my thumbs. I've got to farm. So me, I'm farming. That's what it is. I can't stop. I'm picking up the phone. Am I door knocking? No. I'll door knock when I don't have to wear a mask to knock. whenever that is, somewhere between the kids going back to school without masks and Costco not having. When I stop seeing masks in my local grocery store or Costco, when it becomes optional, I don't see that happening for a while. So my suggestion to you is double down on your work. Find people from other avenues. And there's only two ways to get business. You either go look for it or it comes to you. Coming to you, it's very expensive. Farming's really the only way. If you have a free printing access and free paper, then that might be the closest to free thing, but you're just leaving stuff passively waiting. And then of course the 1,000 other ways that you can spend your money through these online platforms, whether it be lead generation platforms or inquiry generation. You don't, by the way, I told you in my last lecture, you don't buy leads from the internet. You buy inquiries that convert to leads. But you gotta have a lot of inquiries to convert a lead. When I pick up the phone and I prospect, I generate interest. Okay, they might not be the hottest things, but they're far hotter than a pile of inquiries. My maybes are hotter than the I don't know yet. Always going to do that. So I don't have a problem picking up the phone. Compliance with the do not call list. Make sure your list is scrubbed. Make sure you pick up the phone. Make sure your list is fresh. Don't stop prospecting. Don't stop lead generating. But for right now, I'm sad to say, door knocking is on vacation. But I sure can't wait for them to get back. It's going to be on. Just hope very soon. So anyhow, get back to work. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, please. Somewhere down here, hit subscribe. Hit subscribe and get back to work.
People ask me all the time, where do I get my data? How do I have so many good numbers without spending an arm and a leg? Because I recommend you get it from 3 places, and I merge them to create the ultimate white pages. 2 of them are Cole Realty Resources and TelephoneList.biz. They will provide you names, addresses, phone numbers, along with email addresses scrubbed against the do not call list, available for both US and Canada. Now, you know I do a lot of door knocking, and my favorite app to use is Realty Buddy, a GPS tracking software with robust goal setting and follow-up campaigns. Realty Buddy takes care of the hassle, and Realty Buddy is the success to my door knocking. It's only available on iOS though, so sorry Android, but I will recommend Knockwise. They're really good too. Now, have you seen my amazing local market videos for my real estate business? In one word, Terradatum. They make videos branded to your brokerage and automatically update them every month with videos by zip code, county, city, and your hyper-local market, and it's extremely affordable. Have you guys seen my website lately? Well, you should. It's absolutely gorgeous. I owe it all to Zentap. They will help you with your advertising using your MLS, IDX, and social media to attract an audience and engage your leads using sophisticated bots. Now, you're gonna need a powerful CRM to manage all of this, and as you know, Mojo Selling Solutions is more than just a dialer. It's the most powerful CRM bar none. Mojo provides you expireds for sell by owners, and that is the 3rd list of data, along with email and mail campaigns. For more information on any of these products, along with my personal coaching and training products, go to jamesfestini.com today. Or just show financial support at any amount on patreon.com/James Festini. Now, get back to work.